Ocean acidification is the continuing process of the Earth's ocean pH level decreasing as a result of the absorption of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Acidification of the ocean is defined by the ocean's pH level dropping, meaning the ocean's pH is becoming closer and closer to being acidic on the pH scale, rather than the water in the ocean itself being an acidic solution. The pH level of the ocean for the past 300 million years has been an average of about 8.2 on the pH scale, which is closer to being basic, with basic solution at a pH of 7. So the ocean right now is currently more alkaline than acidic. Today, the pH level of our ocean is about an average of 8.1 when it comes to pH levels, and that 0.1 unit of drop means that our ocean is now 25% more acidic than the ocean was 300 million years ago. Where is this carbon dioxide coming from? Carbon dioxide can be emitted through many different forms of human activity, including driving, when car exhaust emits carbon dioxide, also carbon dioxide emitted from many industrial activities. But the main source of carbon dioxide emission is actually the burning and usage of fossil fuel. And the ocean actually absorbs 22 million tons of carbon dioxide per day, of which a third is from human-created carbon dioxide emissions. Plastics are inexpensive and durable materials that can be used for countless industrial and even daily life objects to benefit humans. But at the same time, they are acting as a main factor of marine pollution, along with oil that leaks from oil spills and various different forms of human-inflicted pollution. How might ocean acidification and pollution impact the ecosystem and marine life that exists in that acidifying ocean, then subsequently impact on human society? The process of ocean acidification binds up carbon ions and make them less abundant. And these ions are the ones that corals, oysters, mussels, and many other marine shelled organisms need to build shells and skeletons of which are essential for their survival. When carbon dioxide reacts with seawater, it releases hydrogen ions, which compete with shells for carbonate. With less carbonate ions in the ocean, shelled organisms have more trouble finding carbonate to build shells from, meaning many will die off between reaching maturity for reproduction. This would mean that we are looking at a possibility of corals, oysters, and many other shelled organisms becoming rare or extinct in perhaps even the next 100 years. Not only will these shelled organisms be in trouble, fishes and other animals that feed off them might have trouble finding food or shelter, and will also affect the next level of ecosystem. And hence, oysters, mussels, and other shelled animals that might be important towards general ecosystem are not the main concern, as the main concern will be a loss of coral reefs, and even certain species of corals becoming extinct. Let's talk about the vital role that coral reefs play in balancing oceanic ecosystems, human health, and even human economy. Coral reefs are the cradle of life in the ocean. The coral reef is where the foundation of an enormous food web and ecosystem is built upon. Not only is the coral reef a provider of food sources for the humans, but the reef also provides important barriers to protect coastal communities against storms and erosions, as well as creating a diving and tourist attraction, sprouting many businesses that support them. Coral reef fish provide a critical source of protein for millions of people around the world. And without coral reefs, not only will we lose a major food source for protein, but will also cause many communities to lose their fishing economies and tourism establishments, also losing an enormous amount of biodiversity. At the same time that the coral reefs are being destroyed, ocean debris such as plastic trash that take hundreds of years to dissolve are damaging ocean animals and in some cases killing them, ruining balanced ecosystems and harming marine life. Waters are subtropical and host a large number of diverse marine animals. And Hong Kong currently has 84 hard corals and 26 soft coral species in its waters. Yet if the current rate of ocean acidification carries on at such a pace, in the year 2100, the ocean will eventually only contain a pH level of 7.8, and in such low pH levels, coral reefs will dissolve and reefs will fall apart, meaning that the ocean reefs in Hong Kong are being seriously endangered, and unsustainable numbers of coral reef will mean that that Hong Kong tropical fish and marine species may very likely lose their habitats, and some of those marine species are major support for Hong Kong's fishing economy. Hong Kong is the second largest seafood consuming community in Asia, with a seafood consumption rate of 71.6 kilograms per capita. But the seafood demand rate is going on a negative correlation with pH levels in the sea, meaning that as seafood demand rate goes higher, ocean pH levels are dropping, creating less food sources for a rising demand. Some items that have high market demand in Hong Kong include shellfish, such as lobsters, crabs, clams, scallops, and sea urchin, and these are the species, along with several more, that are already being endangered by rising ocean acidity. This would be an issue as the number of these species may see rapid decrease over the next decade or so, and by so, Hong Kong is likely to lose one of its major food and protein sources. Worse yet, coral reefs and marine life are already being endangered by the amount of pollution in our oceans, and this decreasing pH level is very likely to disturb a balanced ecosystem and impact upon not only marine life but also human health and economy. About 2,000 tons of plastic is discarded daily in Hong Kong. Without adequate means of processing, many of the plastics end up in the oceans and the sea, where marine life are endangered or harmed by these unethical deposits of plastic into our oceans. To tackle the issue of non-biodegradable plastics uh, existing in the ocean, the design of a waste combustor has been created and tested by students of Northeastern University in hopes of turning waste plastic into a source of fuel and energy. Under conditions of no oxygen and elevated temperature, otherwise known as pyrolysis, the plastic's form is converted from solid into a gas form, and the gas is then burnt to produce and generate heat and steam. The steam powers a turbine to generate electricity. The vaporization of plastic also eliminates many harmful emissions that could occur during the combustion of plastic gas. The design has a potential of replacing up to 462 million gallons of petroleum alone in the United States, and this would mean that those harmful plastics that are choking up the marine ecosystem could now be recollected and generated into energy, also providing an alternative source of clean fuel at the same time. There are several methods of removing carbon dioxide from the sea, although the use of chemicals, mass plantations of algae and plant in the ocean, and various other forms of proposed solutions are available, yet none are realistic on a large scale, some too costly and others just improbable. The issues the issue of ocean acidification sprouts from the emission of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Hence, to stop ocean acidification, we should be looking at how to remove carbon dioxide from the air, and not from the ocean itself. A design of carbon dioxide extraction plant can turn carbon dioxide the in the air into fuel, and the recycling plant extracts sealed carbon dioxide from the air using a giant complex of fans and a liquid hydroxide solutions that react with the air to form a carbonate mineral. The carbonate pellet is processed inside a locked vessel and converted back into carbon dioxide and water vapor, which can be used as fuel or stored for later. Another method of carbon dioxide removal can also be effective at turning carbon dioxide in the air into fuel, but in this case, the fuel is ethanol. A catalyst made from carbon, copper, and nitrogen is used to trigger a reaction with solution from carbon dioxide dissolved in water, and the process is currently being tested to improve its efficiency, as it currently has a yield of 63 to 70%. But nonetheless, it's a method to reduce carbon dioxide from the air with side effects that are beneficial, as carbon dioxide can now be turned into ethanol, which can be used as fuel. The said solutions from the previous slides are all energy benefiting solutions that, once put into action, can generate alternative sources of fuel for everyday technology and industrial purposes, especially in a high technology city as Hong Kong. The existence of excess carbon dioxide in the air is an issue that, even with a solution, will take long periods of time to solve and overcome. Meanwhile, the best way to tackle the issues is to keep the carbon dioxide amount in both the atmosphere and sea maintained, and over time, with more implication of carbon dioxide removing strategies, hopefully the pH level of our oceans shall be brought down, as well as plastics in the oceans will be removed. Carbon dioxide extraction plants and technology could now become a source of economical relief, providing more job opportunities and creating new companies on Hong Kong's ever-growing stock market, benefiting Hong Kong's economy and at the same time saving our environment and the beautiful marine ecosystem that exists in the sea around Hong Kong.